This proofreading job is paying $2,000 to complete, and with the help of AI tools, we'll be able to complete it in under 5 hours, or the equivalent of $400 an hour. And by the end of this video, you will learn how you can do the exact same thing and make thousands in passive income every single month. So, if that sounds interesting, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, as it really helps out. There are thousands of proofreading jobs out there on Upwork, all paying pretty good money. I mean, most of the ones on Upwork are either paying upwards of $25 to $70 an hour, or they're just paying a flat rate of like $1,500 to $2,000. And you can do this easily. Well, technically, ChatGPT is going to be the one doing it, but close enough. So how do we get to complete the jobs like these and make this kind of dough? Well, first we'll need to sign up for Upwork, a freelancing website where anyone can post the job they want to get done and have people online apply to complete a job. So first, let's start with signing up for Upwork. Go to Upwork's website, then hit I'm a freelancer looking for work. Complete your account with information such as your first name, last name, and other things. Once you've actually made your account, it is time to fill out your resume. Now you have 3 options between uploading a LinkedIn resume, uploading your own resume, or filling out Upwork's resume. If you already have a working resume that has a mention of your writing experiences and fluidity of a language, then upload the resume and move on. But if you don't have a resume, or your resume is not designed for a proofreading job, then we'll need to edit or create our own resume. And one of the really good places to do this on is Canva. This is a free website that has options for you to make resumes. Simply go to Canva, sign in, and search in the templates for a resume. From there, choose a resume template that you like the style of. In this case, I'm going to be choosing the black-blue modern style. Then hit the customize template option, and now you have a working resume that you can fill out your information for. And generally, this is a good place to start making a resume. But if you are struggling on anything, you can check out one of Zeddy's numerous guides on how to build an effective resume, whether you're a high school student or an experienced employee. Check out the description for some links with resume help. A few general tips when making a resume for this specific job. Number 1, make sure all the resume and the information is useful. For example, if you were a star quarterback for a college football team, that's great. But it sure as shit ain't gonna help you get a proofreading gig, so I wouldn't really include it. In addition, try to include relevant information for the job. Now, don't lie in your resume and say you're like a doctor or something, but telling truths from a different angle or half-truths could be useful. For example, from my own personal experience, I could say how I helped edit a written business proposal for DECA, a nationwide business competition, and say that because of my editing skills, we got second in the state competitions and we moved on to nationals. That is a 100% true statement. Granted, only 2 people were competing in my state for the particular business, so we literally couldn't have done worse, but still is a true statement that we got second in state for a nationwide competition because of my experience of editing. So fill out all the details, or if you have a previously made resume, create a different version of it where you change certain details for the gig, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much as it's only an Upwork gig. But at the same time, the better the resume, the more gigs you can potentially get. Once your profile is complete, you can start looking for proofreading gigs on Upwork. Now, the jobs you're looking for is something that is easy that ChatGPT can review and edit. For example, a marketing copywriter looking to make a presentation might not be the best job for ChatGPT because it doesn't really make slides or presentations. But an example of a good topic would be this one seeking an editor with textbook experience. Basically, you get paid $800 and they send you a variety of details for job aids and business proposals. Then you just copy and paste the text into ChatGPT and give it details to very easily complete the project. Really, before choosing the job, you want to make sure it's something that ChatGPT can easily do. Once you have found the job you would like, it is time to apply and bid in order to actually land the job. Upwork has a kind of wonky system using connects in order to bid for positions on jobs. You start out with 60 connects and you get 10 free each month. But if you want more, you have to pay 15 cents for each connect. What Connect does is if you bid some of your connects, you'll be pushed higher in the algorithm and the employer will see your application sooner. So generally only use connects if a job you really want. Once you have a job, it is time to actually do the work. The only 2 programs we need are ChatGPT and Grammarly. If you decide to do this full time, it is recommended that you buy ChatGPT 4 and Grammarly Premium, but the free versions work just fine for starting out. So I'm doing this job by Elijah to help edit his resume and fix grammatical errors and make it easier to read. So we will go to ChatGPT and ask for its help. First, of course, make sure you have the entire document copied, and then in ChatGPT, be as specific as possible when giving the prompts to include the client's wishes. For example, Elijah, the client, asks for suggestions to improve the grammar and make the resume more appealing and less than a passive voice. So I gave ChatGPT a detailed description of what I wanted it to do, then I copied the resume text into ChatGPT, and it then made the revisions. I gave a brief overview of what it would recommend changing, but at a quick glance, I can't tell the exact thing that it did. So I asked ChatGPT to show the exact things that it edited and changed around. And for the most part, I agree with each of the changes, that all of them were beneficial in some way. It's also generally a good idea to have a list of all the changes you made in case the client asks. But the bot condensed the text and made it easier to look at, fixed most of the grammatical issues, and overall did a pretty good job. But we'll want to check it against another source to make sure everything is actually fixed. So now I put the revised document into Grammarly. You can use the free version to see what it changed. I'm just going to be using the premium. So now I put the revised version into Grammarly, and we'll basically check it to make sure everything's right and the ChatGPT didn't fuck something up. I have the paid version, so I made sure to set the goals for this resume, and I let it do its thing. Some of the suggestions were off, but that's mostly because Grammarly couldn't tell that this was a resume, and asked for some things that just really didn't matter. But it did catch some grammatical mistakes that ChatGPT didn't, and it gave me advice on how to make the resume easier to read and improve the delivery. And now that we have checked this document through 2 sources, we can submit it back to the client and see how they like it. If they want us to change anything, or have any requests, of course, listen to them. Then do this as much as your heart desires, and you can make some pretty easy bank. If you enjoyed today's video, subscribe, like, and thank you so much for 500 subs.